Sciencey, we do best. Miss C helps you pass the test. Whee!
Hello and welcome to the how-to series of science videos with me, Miss C. In these videos we will tackle the topics which at the moment make your brain hurt and make them less painful. In this video we're going to focus on how to calculate the concentrations of solutions. What do we mean by concentration? Concentration is a measure of the mass or amount of solute dissolved in a given volume of solvent or solution. The more concentrated a solution is, the greater the mass or amount of solute dissolved in a given volume of solvent or solution. We can calculate concentration using these two formulas. The first formula quotes concentration in terms of grams per decimeters cubed, and the second formula, concentration, is quoted in moles per decimeters cubed. Quite often you will find that you are asked to calculate concentration using both variations. And it's really easy. You might already be familiar with this formula. C equals N over V. C is equal to concentration, V is equal to volume, and N is representing moles. This is quite a nifty little formula to remember, just like the moles one. And very often you will use these two formulas together to help you solve problems. How do we do this? Let's look at this worked example. 25 centimetres cubed of 2 moles per decimetre cubed sodium hydroxide solution is neutralised in a titration by 50 centimetres cubed of sulfuric acid. Calculate the concentration in moles per decimetres cubed of sulfuric acid used in the titration. And you might be thinking, oh my gosh, my head's hurting already. Don't panic, this is easier than you think. So we're going to take the second formula because we've got to quote concentration in moles per decimetre cubed. Now, we can work out the moles of sodium hydroxide by multiplying the concentration that we were given in the question by the volume that we were given in the question. Now remember that we've got to quote volume in decimetres cubed, so we've got to turn that 25 centimetres cubed into decimetres cubed, and we do that just by dividing 25 by 1,000. So when you multiply those two numbers together, you can see that we come up with an answer of 0.05 moles. Now, looking at the original equation, we can look at the ratio of sodium hydroxide to sulfuric acid, and we know that it's a 2-to-1 ratio. So that means we can work out the moles of sulfuric acid. And all we need to do is divide 0.05 by 2, and that gives us 0.025 moles. So now we can work out the concentration of the sulfuric acid using the moles divided by volume formula. So we just substitute our numbers in, again remembering to convert volume into decimetres cubed, and all we do is we divide the volume in centimetres cubed by 1,000. We've popped the numbers in our calculator and we end up with a value of 0.5 moles per decimetre cubed as the concentration of the sulfuric acid. Now, how was that? Just to prove to yourselves that you can do this, let's look at another example. So in this titration, we've got either using 25 centimetres cubed of a 1 mole per decimetre cubed solution of sodium hydroxide. And this time we're asked to work out how many moles of sodium hydroxide are there in this volume. How do we do that? Okay, so firstly let's get our volume units consistent. So we've got to convert centimetres cubed into decimetres cubed, and we just do that by dividing by 1,000. Second, we've got to rearrange the formula to make moles the subject. So when we've done that, we end up with moles equals concentration times volume, substitute our numbers in, and then we end up with a value of 0.025 mole. How easy was that? Let's have a look at another example. So this time we've got to calculate the concentration in grams per decimeters cubed of a solution of sodium chloride, where 30 grams of sodium chloride is dissolved in 0.2 decimeters cubed of water. So this time we're going to use the first formula. We've got a mass of 30 grams, which gets divided by 0.2, and we end up with a concentration of 150 grams per decimeter cubed. And yes, can you spot the typo? Again, let's prove to yourself that you've nailed these calculations. Let's have a look at worked example number 4. So what is the concentration in grams per decimeter cubed of 0.0417 moles per decimeter cubed of sulfuric acid? So firstly, we've got to work out the formula mass for sulfuric acid. So we can do that using our periodic tables if the value is not already given to us. And we can find that the value is 98. Then we've got to convert concentration in moles per decimeters cubed to concentration in grams per decimeters cubed. So in 1 decimeters cubed, mass in grams is equal to the number of moles multiplied by the formula mass. So all we need to do is pop our numbers in. So we've got 0.0417 multiplied by 98, which gives us a value of 4.0866 grams. We can round that and we end up with 4.09 grams per decimeter cubed. Woohoo! Now, you can do all these calculations. So I want you to have more confidence. You can play this video again and work your way through these calculations again, and then go off and have a go at some calculations that your teacher may have already given you. I hope you found this video useful. If you have, please give it a thumbs up and hit subscribe so you'll be notified when more videos are added. If there are any other calculations in biology, chemistry or physics which make your head hurt, please add them to the comments box and you may see your request turned into a video very soon.
All things sciencey we do best. Miss C helps you pass the test. Whee!